Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I do these videos just to educate women more on whole food nutrition and how you can match it to your hormones and your cycle to get and keep a better result. Yay! I'm going to put this in the comments right now before I forget. I have got the link for the 12-week challenge, you guys. My 12-week waitlist is filling up. Just get on the waitlist. There is a ton of great information that is on this waitlist. I talk about a lot more in-depth information than what I do here. If you learn something from these videos, you're gonna wanna get on this wait list because I do a little bit more of a deep dive and lead you down the path. And if you have questions, then if I send out something, I put stuff on this wait list that I don't put out anywhere else. So if you have a question on something that I put out on the wait list, you can always just email me back and say, hey, what about this? Or, oh my gosh, I had this thing happen. What's a good thing to do next? So a lot of great, cool things that happen on that wait list. I am the author of the book, The Female Fat Solution, and the book, The Female Menopause Solution, that just came out finally. And again, the 12-week challenge, that this is the journal that goes along with it. Oh my goodness. Podcast, The Female Health Solution, and my YouTube channel is Dr. Beth Westy. Subscribe to that as well, so you stay updated on everything. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do a little recap for you guys. I was in Toronto for the weekend, which was a lot of fun. And I had a great time, but I was planning on having my book release and everything before I went there, so I didn't have to do any book stuff while I was gone, and it just wasn't happening. The Amazon fairies were not working in my favor. But my menopause book is out, so if you are in need of that information, or you have people in your life that are in need of that information, the Female Menopause Solution is live on Amazon. All right, now when we talk about this subject, and what's really interesting is that there are a lot of women that ask me questions when I'm just out and about. Like if I, meet people, or they ask what I do, or they ask, certain questions. There's always questions on, okay, how does this work, or why is this different, or here's what I struggle with. I hear this literally every day. Even if I take a day off and I'm like not working, and I don't have anything scheduled, and I just go out about and I meet somebody, right? So when I was in Toronto, I was there watching a women's football game. It was the international, the US versus Canada, and just sitting next to people in the stands, got to chatting because I'm friendly. I'm a friendly person. And people ask me questions then on, oh my gosh, this is what I've struggled with. Oh my gosh, this is, something that I heard and then I tried and it was terrible. Why? Right? Everybody has these things where they're like, this doesn't make sense for me. And I'm like, listen, you're not alone. It's not just you. You're not the only one struggling. And then for a lot of women, I had kids, and then my body changed. I had kids, and now literally nothing is working for me. Literally nothing is going in my favor. What the heck? And I'm like, I know. And it is not you, and it is not that you're not trying. You're just doing things either that are inconsistent or that aren't in alignment with your body. And there's specific timing of things for your system that will actually give you a result versus you trying all this stuff that doesn't get you a result. So in terms of belly fat, this is one of the number one things that women struggle with. And I might, depending on if you guys have questions on this or what you guys want, if you want more info than just what I talk about here, if you're like, oh my God, yes, please dive deep into this or that, let me know and I will. But this is an area, the belly fat for women, it is a big struggle area because this is where women gain weight and hold onto weight. Not just, oh, I gained weight and it's like I have a tire around my waist. This is, I've gained weight, I can't get it off, and it is just right around my belly. What the heck is going on? Why? It is because our hormonal response causes us to gain weight there specifically. That's how our body's designed. Our body is designed where our body heat is centrally located, right? Our body will store things center, right? Because our bodies are made to create other humans. So everything is just right in the middle there. So you have a lot of stress, if you have a lot of hormonal issues, if you've had kids and didn't, get a lot of postpartum recovery time, which in our culture we do not, your body will hold onto weight as a protective mechanism around that midsection, right in the belly. It's how your system is designed. And even if some of this stuff happened years ago, it will still affect you. For example, you can say, I had kids And yes, I was exhausted and it was fine, but I got through it. And, you know, my little one's 4 now. And then I went on this crazy, you know, trip, and it was great, but then I was really exhausted. And then all of a sudden work got super stressful. Work got so stressful for me that I was, you know, in adrenal fatigue then. But that seemed okay. But that was another 5 years ago from that, right? So I don't understand, right? And the tough thing for that then is all of a sudden it's the combination of your body still having that stuff from having babies, and then you went through this adrenal period, and then boom, your body, it could be 5 years later and your system is still holding on to it. It's still being protective. It's trying to keep you alive, which I'm sure you're like, thank you, but I'm good. I don't need it. But that's how your body is designed, and that's why it's doing that. So for women, a lot of times we think in terms of what have we done in the past 2 weeks? What have we done in the past 30 days? And that's what's affecting us now, and it's not true. When I work with women, when they join the 12-week challenge, and even in the waitlist, so if you're wondering about this, join the waitlist, because we'll talk about some of this stuff, or if you have questions for you specifically, again, don't hesitate. But it's things that happen throughout your life. When I chat with women, I learn about your life because it is important and it is relevant. If you were sick a lot as a child, if you had some, you know, crazy viruses, if you went through a lot then, and you had hormonal issues even as a young person, it's going to affect how your body is going to respond now. Even if you're like, I'm eating organic, I'm doing all these good things, that's awesome. But your body still needs more or different tactics to actually start the metabolism correctly. Otherwise, it just won't. It just won't, because it doesn't have to, and it won't make it do it. No, because it's safer and it's protective. So we have to, you know, do a whole different pathway to get that different result that you're like, I know I can do this. I know my body can do this. I just feel like I'm trapped in this body that's not mine and it's not responding. What the heck? Yes, whole different path you have to take. Lucy, I lost my belly fat because I did a boot camp and it's back. And it's back, like it came back. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff, and these are some of the do's and don'ts of it. Some of them. This is just some of them. So again, if you guys have questions on other ones, you can either comment below this video, you can send me a message, you know, or get on the wait list, respond to one of the emails there. But belly fat is really frustrating for women because that's where we gain a lot of weight here. So do's and don'ts. This was a simple do and don't, a very clear cut. Here are things that you can do to really target belly fat. So intermittent fasting, but again, intermittent fasting for women specifically, and I teach this in the 12-week challenge. Intermittent fasting for women specifically, do not do any crazy stuff that the same pattern and protocol that men do. If you're doing an intermittent fasting pattern, it's the same thing that men do. It is not going to get you the right lasting result. You're going to have backlash from it at some point. So intermittent fasting for women does work because it targets visceral fat and teaches your system to burn those fat cells specifically. Do not just cut calories. That's going to lead you to more nutrient depletion, and women are so nutrient depleted already with hormone changes, birth controls, stress that we're under. It literally leaches the nutrient from our bodies in a big way. So do not just cut calories. That's not going to get you the final result. You can get there, but you're not going to be able to keep it because your body will crash and burn at some point. Yeah. Training wise, exercise wise, high intensity interval training. This is going to be whole body training, right? If you want to get rid of belly fat, you have to work on your entire system and work on your whole body health, your whole body fitness, your whole body metabolism. It's not just abs on abs. It makes me absolutely banana sandwich when I see videos and when I see things of people like, here's how you get a six-pack, here's how you burn belly fat, and it's this ab routine. And I'm not saying it's not a good ab routine, right? Like that might be a great ab routine, but just doing that is not going to get rid of your belly fat. It is not. No. And if you're not doing any other training in your system, you're actually not building a well-developed system. Like I'm a chiropractor by training. Like this is like structural, function is the main thing, like kinesiology, right? Like this is how this works for people. You have to train the entire body and get your whole metabolism working. Just doing a crap ton of abs is not going to get you burning your belly fat and get you a six-pack. And again, a lot of women think I want to get slimmer in the waist. I want to, burn my belly fat. I need to do more abs. And that's not it. It's not it at all, right? Again, in a 12-week challenge, this is something that we address. We talk about with nutrition first because that's the core and foundation of it. And then from there, though, there are specific exercise protocols that you can add on that are actually going to align with your body, with your hormones, everything else, and align perfectly with getting you to burn more belly fat. Last thing here when we talk about belly fat, make sure that your digestive system is functioning properly. If your digestive system is not moving properly and you have a lot of bloat and you have a lot of gas and you're just not, feeling good. Linda, hi Linda. Linda's rowing now. Yeah, Linda. If your belly is bloated, it's not going to help you with, belly fat, right? If your digestive system is not working properly, it's not going to boost your metabolism. No matter how hard you try, no matter what supplements you take for burning fat, no matter what, fat burning fancy things you're doing, if you have belly bloat, if you are constipated, if you, have a lot of gas, it's just not going to work. It won't. Your body literally will not let it. So getting your digestive system the help it needs, having it function properly. And again, these are things that I have this customized for each person in the 12-week program. There's some general recommendations, but for some women, they have specific needs that are different than everybody else because of their digestive system. And we make those recommendations. Don't just do a colon blow. Don't just say, oh my gosh, I'm constipated. I'm going to take a bunch of laxatives. All right. A lot of women just don't know. They just don't understand that. Yes, having a regular system is important, but also teaching your system to be regular on its own is even more essential. Not just taking laxatives, right? Not just trying to, flush things out, rotor it through, right? Not just doing an enema because you can't go to the bathroom. Have your system function properly. Teach your system to do this, and you can absolutely do that. Making sure that you're getting the right things in your body and your body's responding positively to it. So these are some beginning things for belly fat. Again, I'm not talking about some magic thing that's going to all of a sudden zap away your belly fat, because that doesn't exist. And that's not realistic for women. And that's not how our female body functions and works. And if there were to be something like that, understand that the repercussion of it would be ultimately a negative side effect for women. If you were to do something so fast, so drastic to cut down the fat in your body, our system, because of what it's designed to do, would have a negative reaction to it and would cause then more belly fat to build on later. And then the next time, it'd be twice as hard to take off. It's going to take longer to take off. So when I have my 12-week challenge, it is 12 weeks because by the time women find me or hear the things that I have to say, you've done some damage, right? There's been some time, things that have gone on where you're like, oh my gosh, this was really bad for me. Oh my gosh, this was terrible. How do I back this trolley up and get things, turn this ship around, right it, so that I'm going in the right direction. And that's what the 12-week challenge does. And it takes some time, and it usually takes more time than what women allow their bodies to do when you try something new. Like maybe you've done something and maybe it was a good thing to start on, but you didn't see results in 30 days, so you quit thinking it wasn't working, when really your body needs more time to recover than that because it's just been through such a hard time. So these are all things I teach you to recognize different signs, signals, and really give your system the support that it needs throughout this process. So you can get to a point where you're burning belly fat. You can get to a point where you're seeing these things shift and happen and you're like, oh, holy cow, yes. Okay, now I feel like I'm in control. Now I know what to do. Now I know how my body responds and what it needs, and I'm going to keep going down this path. Yeah, it's really, really fun. I cannot wait for our next 12-week challenge to start. So in the comments right now, jump on that wait list. I can't wait to see you there. Again, if you found this information helpful, please share it with somebody that you know so they can get this message too. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I hope you have a great Labor Day. I'll see you guys later.